a few ads took place during the Super Bowl. One of the big ones that really stood out to me was one that was played at the very end. This was all about inspiring change.
Football is a microcosm of America. All races, religions, living, playing, competing side by side. I pray we dedicate ourselves to be the best team we can be. Let's choose to be for one another, to fulfill the promise of one nation, to be part of the solution, be part of the change, to try harder, show up, dive in, and stay at it.
Oh, can we touch for a second? Be us for a second. No matter what I give it to, my love looks better on you.
So if you're listening to the audio only portion of this, basically they're showing some clips of the BLM names when they were printing them on the backs of the helmets and everything, which was pretty funny when they did that, to be honest with you, because if you were watching the game and you didn't know exactly what the player looked like, you had no idea who these people were on the field. I mean, they had their jerseys with peace and love and all of this weird stuff. And yeah, the NFL ratings dropped. Come to find out, people don't want all of this social justice stuff stuffed into sports. People watch football, to have fun, right? To see competition. Once again, they don't go there to be told what they can and cannot do in all of these restrictions, and they definitely don't want to be preached to as well. But you saw that happen, and it's all going down in this video. Now, the biggest takeaway from the video is in the text on the screen. You saw it said there, they're basically looking at reaffirming the pledge it made in June to commit $250 million over a 10-year period to various methods to combat systematic racism. Now, what does that mean? Because none of these organizations that have said anything like this have ever been able to outline what that money is for, where it's going, and what the usefulness of it is. Because at the end of the day, none of them can explain what systematic racism is. They'll tell you it's this ominous dark force that is trying to keep black people down and unable to succeed. But I asked them, name one, just one, current policy or law in the United States that specifically hurts black people more than anyone else. They can't do it because they can't name one. So they have to act like, well, it's the people that are doing these things that we can't really see, and we have no idea how it's done. But you need to be able to explain it. Who are you giving this money to? I'll tell you exactly who they're giving this money to. This money oftentimes goes to politicians that say that they're going to do something to help the black community, and then they don't do anything. Rarely, if ever, does this money go to the black community or any other communities for that matter. This tells me that they're not concerned about systematic racism. It just sounds good. BLM, many people don't know this, didn't give a dime to the black community. None of that went to reinvigorating these neighborhoods, these poor neighborhoods. None of that money went there. It only went to line the pockets of the people that worked for the organization and the politicians that supported it. Why have we not seen any of that happen? Yet they're telling you that it's to fight systematic racism, apparently. This thing that's out there that they cannot explain, they can't quantify it, so they have to just say it and assume that everybody's going to believe what they're talking about. This is one of the biggest problems I have with these types of social justice movements and all of these companies pretending as if they care. The fact is that they are doing this because they want your money. They want people to pay them money just because they say that they support all of these random causes that sound good on paper but don't mean anything. They can't even tell you what it is, let alone actually tell you where that money's going. And we're supposed to apparently respect this and like this, but it doesn't get us anywhere. At the end of the day, anybody can be successful. We know that. As Christians, we're not taught to believe, and the Bible shows nothing in the Bible about us being subjected to the whims of man. That's not how this works. Plus, the way that the whole Bible refers to success has never been aligned with the way that the world refers to being successful. The world will tell you money makes you successful. So when they see, oh, well, there's more poor black people and there's richer this color people, whatever it is, they'll say that. But what does that mean to the everyday Christian? Money does not equal success. That is plain and simple. Actually, the Bible says money is the root of all evil. So what could BLM possibly be trying to fix if the metric that they're using is the world standard? That's why Christians, nobody with any common sense can align with the things that BLM stands for, the things that they're talking about with systematic racism. It doesn't work. That's not the way that this world should be. We should not be using money as the metric for success. I know it's easy, but that's not the way that things should be. And yet they're going to do everything they can to talk about how much money they're giving to all of these random places that they will never divulge. You just watched a clip from the William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.